Thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Billy, for that great introduction. Billy's very emotional, as you can tell. And he's very invested in this campaign as a volunteer, and I thank him for all his hard work. I thank all the spectacular volunteers who have made today possible, and especially I thank each and every one of you for coming. A few months ago, we, the people of New London, got to vote on a question that oftentimes a free people are only given the opportunity to do but once in a lifetime. The opportunity to choose our own form of government, to abolish council-manager form of government and embrace a new, strong mayoral form of government. Today, I want to tell you all why I made my home here in New London, why I personally decided to vote yes on that question, and why today I am here to make myself a candidate for that office. I became a part of the New London community about 6 years ago when I met my partner Todd here in our city. We went to the local bars, we went to the beach, we went to the restaurants all over New London. We joined All Souls Church here in New London, and as people of faith were overjoyed to find a spiritual community committed to social justice. I even resumed my training as an amateur boxer, joining Strike Zone Gym down on Bank Street, meeting people from all over our city. And what impressed me the most about New London was that wherever we went, whoever we saw, whether it was at the bar or the beach, whether it was at church, or whether it was at a community center, you saw every color, every creed, every ethnicity. That diversity is this city's greatest strength. And it's what attracted me here. Because here in New London you could see people who'd been here for generations or people who moved here yesterday. You could see people who came to New London through their service to our country, like Todd's father in the United States Navy, and decided to stay. Or you had immigrants from all over the world who chose to visit our shores here in New London and make this their home. And all of us, whoever we are, whatever our stripe or color or creed, we could make a home for ourselves here in New London. Well, as Todd and I's relationship grew more serious, we both knew that we wanted to live here, that we wanted to make this our home. And last year we were fortunate enough, as the market was right, to be able to finally find our dream house and move here to New London, to the community that had already become our home. But about a month before we closed on our house, we had a big Rivera family gathering over at Fairview Assisted Living Center, across the river in Groton. And Todd's Nana Tita Rivera lives there now. And the whole family was there, all the generations, all the kids. We had all this great food. We all ate too much. And it was a beautiful day, and we decided we would go out on the lawn that they have there, let the kids run around, stretch their legs. And from that spot, as I walked out, you could see the entire skyline of the city of New London. Now, I was in the process of moving to this city, because when I thought of New London, I thought of the people here. I thought of the community that was here that I wanted to join. But at that moment on that day, standing on that lawn, looking out across that river, I saw our skyline through the eyes of someone who has had 15 years' experience in municipal government and urban planning. And there I saw the Coast Guard Academy and Conn College, Riverside Park, all the open areas around and under the Gold Star Bridge, a beautiful, historic waterfront district full of incredible architecture, a pier with a deep water port, halfway between New York and Boston, with the I-95 cutting through the city and the northeast corridor of Amtrak passing through our community. You could see the historic Fort Trumbull down that riverfront, and you knew that there were beautiful beaches beyond. And for the first time I thought, you know, my God, the people of New London are sitting on a gold mine. A gold mine. And I thought, you know, if we revitalize that area where the highways pass through the city, if we revitalize the approaches of trains and ships and ferries into our port, we could attract more travelers into our community, growing our small businesses, creating jobs for people who live here in New London. We could revitalize those open spaces under that bridge and Riverside Park and reconnect our city from where I-95 toured into. We could revitalize our downtown, better utilize our riverfront, connecting it all the way to Fort Trumbull, where now empty fields sit. Perhaps green technology companies could come in, not only providing jobs, but providing the jobs of the future, the jobs we need to look forward and think about, and the jobs and the businesses and the firms that would provide for our long-term resource needs and our long-term energy needs as a community. And I saw it all, and I said, you know, even the other challenges that face an urban community, and I've worked in many, in New York, in Boston, in Providence, they can be addressed here. We can reform our schools to provide a good quality education to all our children and give them a fair start in life. We can encourage and coordinate juvenile programs for children to help people get off the street and get away from the television set and have something positive to do with their energies and with their time. And all of this revitalization effort can happen, but it will take time. And it will not be easy. And it will take a long-term strategic plan. And the only way you get that plan, and the only way that plan gets implemented, is if we have good, qualified, experienced, honest, consistent leadership. Leadership. When I grew up in this region, I've read the paper, and I knew that New London had council-manager form of government. I had served in Westerly on the council in a council-manager form of government system. And I knew that that system of government made it very difficult to provide quality, consistent, long-term planning and leadership. But right there, across that river, as plain as day, as plain as I can see each and every one of you, I saw a city reborn. Reborn economically, reborn culturally. There in front of me, I saw New London, the Renaissance city. But I knew that the only way that city could emerge would be if New London had a strong mayor form of government. Well, I walked back inside, saw one of Todd's uncles and said, you know, my God, look at New London, look at it out there, look at what could be done in New London. That's the Renaissance city sitting there just waiting. But I think that they would need a mayor. And he says, well, I think you're right. I think you're right. But spoken with the true cynicism of someone who has watched New London politics all his life, said, too bad it will never happen. There are too many entrenched interests. There are too many people who benefit from the status quo. They will never allow it. And I said, well, that's sad. Because that Renaissance city is there. It's just waiting. But I let it go because I was just happy to move here to this community. So we finished our closing, we got in our house, and we were thrilled. And the dogs were thrilled because they got to run around and drive us crazy in a little more space. And we were happy. We were here with our friends and with our family and with our friends who've become a part of our family. And one day, a couple weeks later, get up in the morning, come downstairs, get my cup of coffee, open up the newspaper, and see an article, Charter Revision Commission, considering strong mayor form of government. And I said, you know, this could be the chance. This could actually be the moment. If this goes out to the voters and it gets approved, this could be that magic bullet that people have been waiting generations for in this city, in this community,